That's as good as it gets, boys, right there. Woo! You don't panic, you beat people.
The culture is rock solid, something we have to protect every day.
I'm coming for that record of KU too. Expect better times. We're coming.
Let's go!
Pretty remarkable accomplishments.
Is gone next level on us right now.
We love y'all, we appreciate y'all, and we can't do nothing we do without y'all.
K-Nation, sponsored by 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Tonight on K-Nation, we track down the Wildcats on their Catbacker tour, and we talk one-on-one with the inventor of the Gap Goat herself.
And the Big 12 baseball tournament in the books, but is the season over for the Cats and the Hawks? We look at their tournament resumes as the selection show is now just over 12 hours away.
Plus, it's been a packed week of postseason track. Which future Jayhawks took home the gold at state, and who's going to represent KU and K-State in Eugene? Well, welcome into K-Nation. Caroline Soro here with Glenn Kinley. At this time tomorrow, we will know the fates of these baseball teams, but let's talk about how we got here.
It's been quite the journey, hasn't it?
Yeah, sure has.
Well, rise and shine. How about 4 straight days of 9 a.m. starts between our 2 baseball teams? We were awake for a couple of them, maybe.
Maybe.
No?
But like the second half of the game.
We got like innings 6 through 9. Hey, let's take you back to the morning hours on Tuesday. That's where the Sunflower Showdown actually kick-started the Big 12 tournament as a whole. K-State took the series 2-1 in Manhattan, of course, but in Arlington, it's the Jayhawks winning a close game. 1-1 through 8 innings, then in the 9th, Lenny Ashby uses what we'll call a perhaps misplayed fly ball to left to leg out a triple. They would sack fly that run home, and Kansas would win.
Which meant it was 9 a.m. for the second straight day for the Cats, which was win or go home against West Virginia. Mountaineers scored 3 in the first, but K-State responded with a 7-run 4th inning. The big story from this one, though, starting pitcher Owen Borma throws a complete 9 innings with 10 strikeouts, saving the Cats from an early exit.
To have that rough first inning and then still throw the complete game.
I know. Just incredible.
Gutsy performance from Owen. So for the 3rd day in a row, the Cats get to play, or have to play, depending on how you look at it, the first game of the day. This time elimination with TCU. This one not near as fun. In fact, the Horned Frogs score 4 in the first 2 innings. K-State got some runs, but never quite caught all the way up. And the Wildcats end the Big 12 tournament with a 1-2 record at Globe Life Field.
So K-State goes out before KU's second game, which was a matchup with top-seeded Oklahoma. Check out this play from Josh Nett here coming up in just a second. Made number 3 on SportsCenter.
Unbelievable.
That's a highway robbery right there. Jayhawks put up a good fight, leading through a couple of innings, but Sooners ended up coming back to give Kansas its first loss of the tournament.
So for the 4th straight day, 9 a.m. start, Kansas looked to avenge K-State with an elimination game against KU. And the Jayhawks scored 9 runs in the first inning, but somehow we ended up tied at 10 later in the day. Have no fear, Jake English is here. Solo home run in the top of the 9th to retake the lead. Kansas would keep it, stamp it home. They're getting a rematch with the Sooners.
Yes, they are, and they're the winner of the championship game. And again, KU gives the Sooners a run for their money. In the first 2 innings, the Jayhawks put up 6 runs, and they looked like they could pull it off. But then Oklahoma comes around and ties it, then hit a walk-off home run to win the game 8-6, ending a really fun run in the Big 12 tournament for Coach Fitzgerald's group.
There's one metric that we don't line up with in the postseason, that's RPI. And if you look at absolutely everything else, 17 wins in the conference, who we beat in this tournament, there's no question in my mind that we're a regional team, and certainly one of the top 64.
There's your tournament plea from Coach. But we know the committee does use RPI as a primary tool, so here's an update on that one. K-State ranked 45th in the RPI, KU at 72. It's a tough non-conference schedule, really, that boosted the Cats in that metric. They learned from last year and scheduled it really tough. Went to play Clemson, went to play Tennessee, and a number of other good teams.
Right. Well, those will boost you. But let's take a look at the regional outlook now. The selection show is at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Wins and losses, good place to start. K-State is 31-23, while KU's 32-24. In conference, they both finished 15-15. In league regular season before, K-State went 1-2 in Arlington, KU 2-1. So what do the experts say? The good folks over at D1Baseball.com after Saturday night's action had K-State as a 3 seed in the Fayetteville region, listing the Cats in their last 4 in. And the Jayhawks, on the other hand, were not mentioned. Again, we'll get an answer on this tomorrow at 11 a.m. That selection show airs on ESPN2.
As soon as we know, we'll let you know on our website. Before we know the fate of the programs, though, let's celebrate.
Yes, Dom Vagley was named the Big 12 Freshman of the Year. The pitcher was also named to the All-Freshman and All-Second team.
Second straight Big 12 Freshman of the Year for
Right?
Jayhawks. We'll run you through the rest of the awards here. For K-State, Brady Day is the first teamer, while highly touted MLB prospects Tyson Neighbors and Kalen Culpepper both get second team honors. Relief pitcher Blake Dean makes the All-Freshman team. 5 Cats are an honorable mention. It's Owen Borma, Jackson Wentworth, Nick English, he's also a freshman, Brendan Jones, and Rafael Pelletier.
Well, for the Jayhawks, Vagley gets second team in addition to his Freshman of the Year honors. Joining him there is Cody Shojanaga and Reese Dutton, while catcher Jake English headlines the group with the first team selection. Ben Hartle, Michael Brooks, Hunter Cranton, and John Nett took home honorable mention honors for Kansas as well.
That's a loaded list right there.
Yes, it is. So many honors. Both these teams were great this year. And from the golf desk, Carla Bernat with K-State Golf was named a second-team All-American, which, by the way, first ever Wildcat with that honor for women's golf.
Friend of the program. We had her on.
I know. She loves K-Nation. That's after competing in the NCAA tournament.
Well, that's our words. She hasn't told us she loved K-Nation, but we kind of assume.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Why wouldn't she?
Exactly. Well, the Catbackers Tour is an annual event for K-State athletics as a way to get across the state and meet up with people who can't get out to the games.
Yeah, or people who do get out to the games and just want to see Jerome Tang more often. It serves as a fundraiser benefiting NIL, scholarships, athletics as a whole. You name it, they've got it. And 16 stops across Kansas. Later, it reached its final destination right here in Topeka, Kansas this week. The first half of the journey with Chris Kleiman on board. The second half, like I said, Coach Tang stopping here at Westridge Mall. Fans at the event got to hear from other athletes and, of course, voice the Wildcats and K-Nation. Frequent guest, friend of the program, Wyatt Thompson.
So many friends.
Along with just a whole lot of celebration. We'll call it a Kansas State pep rally.
It's nice because you always want to hear what the coaches have to say. They may not tell you everything that they want you to know, but hearing from the student athletes is always nice because sometimes you hear different things, like how they got recruited or whatever it might be, if that's what they'll be allowed to talk about. See them outside the event, it's just different.
It's been unbelievable to see the support in so many different places, and you know that there's support, and then you go to a bunch of different towns and you just see it in a completely different way. So it's unique. The programs I've been at, there's nothing like this, so it's been pretty special.
You can't get tired. You can't get tired. These people give us energy, and it's actually like coming and getting refueled, seeing them, being amongst the people. It gives you that energy to keep going and working hard for this university and this great state.
Also at the event, Topeka native and K-State linebacker Desmond Purnell. We chatted it up with his mom, Itoy, and asked for a secret about Des.
He loves cookies, chocolate chip cookies at Insomnia in Manhattan. He turned me into him, so I told him the few 5 pounds I picked up is his fault.
Thank you.
Well, I can't hit quite as hard as Desmond on the football field, but I do love cookies, so we got that in common.
I was going to say, you guys can agree on that.
Yeah, but I go to Insomnia and about 6 other places to get.
Oh, so
I like to mix it up.
Oh, gosh, no.
Okay. Hey, a scheduling update for Bill Self's Jayhawks. How about this? A meeting of Blue Bloods. Kansas and Duke will play in Las Vegas for the upcoming season, made official by Kansas Athletics this week.
The Jayhawks and Blue Devils will be a part of Vegas Showdown on November 26th. KU ranks second in college basketball for all-time wins, and Duke ranks fourth. The two have combined for 9 NCAA championships. Just a lot of winning going on.
That's going to be must-see TV. KU's schedule is going to be insanity, given that matchup, their other matchups, and then, of course, a 20-game schedule in conference now. Hey, a couple headlines that we knew, but now we really know. A.J. Storr officially pulls out of the NBA draft, so he will be a Jayhawk. We thought so, but it's good to get confirmation. Johnny Furphy has until Wednesday to withdraw his name from the draft before he would lose college eligibility. However, Bill Self did say recently they're expecting the Aussie freshman to stay in the draft and go pro, potentially even go in the first round, Carol.
I know, right? It's going to be crazy.
He was really good. He was almost too good because you wish you got him for another year, but on the same note, Jayhawk fans are going to be happy for him, and he'll join a list of about 200 Jayhawks in the NBA.
Exactly. He's in good company.
For sure. Don't go anywhere. We're just getting started here on K-Nation. Coming up, We tell you which Jayhawks and Wildcats are traveling to Eugene, Oregon for nationals in track and field.
But before we get there, a few future Jayhawks are returning home with some hardware after the state track meet. We hear from one of them after a big win on Saturday.
Car wrecks don't just happen from 9 to 5. If you're in a wreck, we're available 24/7.
Don't wait until tomorrow to get the help you need now. In a wreck, need a check?
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
Hi, this is Voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you will be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. For 24/7 non-judgmental support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Ladyfingers Automotive. Family-owned auto repair with hands that understand your vehicle. Quality repairs done at an affordable cost. When you're in need of service, repair, or towing, remember Ladyfingers Automotive.
When your clothes come out looking newer, longer, you get to take them for a spin. Again, and again, and again. The unique formula of Persil laundry detergent cleans and helps keep clothes looking newer longer, so you can wear them on repeat. Get that new clothes feeling. Wash with Persil.
The paper towel will absorb the acid.
That's crazy.
Green tea to calm acne. This is my favorite tip of the day.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Oh, that's genius. You just saved me $40.
Big truck accidents have resulted in big money for our clients.
In a wreck, need a check? Call us today.
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
Hey, welcome back to K-Nation. Over the weekend, the best of the best Kansas high school athletes met in Wichita at the state track meet. Boy, is that a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, so much fun. And some of the best of the best of the best of them will wind up at K-Nation schools. K-Nation alum and K-State football commit Caden Massey apologized to K-State fans for taking second place in shot.
What a bummer.
I know, right? What kind of apology is that? While Siemens' Aaron Merritt unofficially broke the state 5A 100-meter record with an absurd 10.32.
Be able to compete at a statewide level here and have marks that would compete with all classifications, I've got the strength to compete.
If you could give a message to KU fans what they just witnessed and what they're getting.
My message would be I'm coming for that record at KU too.
All right, you heard the man. Hey, you might remember us highlighting Will Thangvall last week. That's KU basketball's latest walk-on commit. His brother, Nate, is committed to run track and field for the Jayhawks. So it's a pair of future KU studs. At state, Nate won the 4x8, third in the 800, fourth in the 400. Other than that, he didn't do much. But he's running off of 2 burnt hamstrings. He tore one of them 2 weeks ago, tweaks the other this week. Still wanted to help lead Cape into the 5A state title. So Nathan, why risk that? Here's his answer.
I just want to win. I wanted to win a state title. It's been one of my dreams. And just us and DeSoto were battling it out. And just to finally win one. My brother won one in state basketball earlier in March, and just super exciting to win. That's why I did it, for the team.
Man, you just love high school
Yeah,
sports.
competitive
huh?
family,
oh my
you might
gosh.
say.
Yeah, you could say that too. From future to current K-Nation track stars, the Jayhawks are sending 11 to Eugene, Oregon for nationals. That's 12 events. Alex Young, our guest from last week, had already qualified in the decathlon. Also going now, Chandler Gibbons in the 5K and the 10K, Tayton Klein in the decathlon and high jump, and Giovanni Mota qualifies not just for Eugene, but for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games, where she'll represent her home country of Venezuela. It's a 12:62 100 hurdle school record that punches her ticket to both.
Yeah, I couldn't run 12:62 in the 100, let alone if you put hurdles on the track.
All those insomnia cookies.
Oh my gosh. K-State qualifies 7 athletes. I've told you too much. Across 5 events, it's Hannah Stewart in the 3,000-meter steeplechase, Urta Bachinskate in the women's heptathlon, Andrew White in the men's discus, and Eugene O'Mala in the men's 400. By the way, The 4x4 relay also going. Omala is in that group, and they set a new school record running 3:03. The trip to Eugene, of course, will be the last for the Wildcats head coach Cliff Rivelto after 32 years leading the program. Hopefully they can bring home gold for him a couple times.
I know, right? That'd be a great way to cap everything
For
off.
sure. Stick around with us. More K-Nation after the break. We catch up with Gabby Gregory on the Catbackers Tour. She tells us what's next now that she's a Wildcat basketball alum.
JML Engraving Manhattan provides quality service you can count on. JML can add that personal touch to your gifts, trophies, and special occasions. JML Engraving, celebrating victories in life.
I came to Success Vision, I picked up my glasses, and they had them ready in an hour.
Same day service. I've never understood how other places can make you wait for like a week to get your glasses. I mean, do you just not use your eyes for a week?
At Success Vision, I got my glasses in an hour.
Even my no-line bifocals were ready in just a couple of hours.
Done in 1 hour.
At Success Vision, you get your glasses that day.
Thanks, Success Vision.
2 pair for $39 in an hour for less. Come see us today, Success Vision Express.
Talk to people about siding, and talk to people about windows, and talk to people about decking, and it was just beyond me, and I couldn't get it to fit together. Window Design came in and they basically put it all together. I would recommend this company to anybody, my neighbors especially, because they've all come over and wanted to see my house. It was a great experience, and the product obviously speaks for itself.
Let us make your dream project become a reality. Call the experts at Window Design and Remodeling. We are your home remodeling specialists.
Because McCray Plaza has been family-owned and operated since 1975, we are able to make decisions that keep you independent and in the game.
Get a game plan and join the winning team at McCray Plaza.
Car accident? Because your family matters. Devon James wins.
$175,000.
That means a family can pay the bills while their father can't work.
$456,000.
That means a mom and her kids can keep their home after her crash. And $550,000?
That can take care of a man and his family during his long road to recovery.
A serious accident can affect so many people.
At Devon James, we fight for you and those counting on you.
Devon James wins. 888-8888.
Well, now former K-State women's basketball star Gabby Gregory came to MHK after starting her career at OU, and she's quickly become a fan favorite for Wildcat
She
fans.
absolutely is. Landon Reinhardt talked to her on the Catbackers Tour.
All right, just to start, Gabby Gregory joining us. First off, you're done at K-State, but you're still out sporting. Why?
I mean, I did the Catbacker Tour last year, and it's such a cool event. It's very unique. And I just knew that I just wanted to be able to come out and see the fans one more time and, be able to take some pictures, sign some things, and just be able to share my experiences and how much I love this university.
Well, we're in Topeka now, but you guys were in Seneca and Marysville earlier. What's it like seeing those smaller towns of Wildcat fans?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really the coolest part about this tour is going to these towns that, a lot of people maybe wouldn't visit. I know maybe I wouldn't ever go to Marysville if it wasn't for this, but I think that's really, it shows the passion that K-State fans have, that we can go to these smaller places and they can pack out whatever venue it is just to come and show their love for K-State.
Cool. On to the fun stuff. You've become a somewhat social media star. Can you break that down, when you started gaining traction and how you fell into that?
Yeah, I mean, I think this year, a lot of people started to see my personality, and I kind of just leaned into that a little bit. And, I'm very outgoing. I like to speak my mind. And, people have kind of just followed me on Twitter. And anytime someone tweets me, just because I don't respond, I see what y'all are saying. So, but yeah, it's been fun, and I mean the K-State fans are just incredible. They're always so supportive of me, and they do make me laugh on Twitter from time to time. So yeah, I've just been having fun with it.
So I guess the question that everyone wants to know now is, what's next for Gabby Gregory?
Yes, that's a question I've gotten probably like 100 times the last few days, and the answer is I don't know. I'm signed to an agent to play professional basketball, but I'm still undecided on if that's what I want to do or not. And so right now I'm just having fun, not having anything to do. I could get into coaching. I could, there's a lot of things that I could do, and I'm just right now I don't know. And so I'm going on the Cat Becker tour, and I just bid and won a Harley Day pass yesterday. So I'm just having fun living my life, and I'm just everyone's telling me like, you don't have to grow up, like just be a kid as long as you can, and so I'm leaning into that for sure.
Well, when you're having fun, why not? Gabby, thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
Well, coming up after break, we've got former KU radio host Derek Johnson with us. Don't go anywhere.
Searching for a career in advanced manufacturing or industrial automation? Manhattan Area Technical College's new Industrial Engineering Technology applies science and engineering through theory and hands-on application of skills. Learn more at manhattantech.edu.
Play It Again Sports is your golf headquarters. Come try out a new driver or iron set in our new indoor T-Turf driving cage. We offer a full range of new and used golf equipment from Cleveland, Srixon, Wilson Staff, Proline, and more. No matter your skill set, you'll find everything that you need to take your game to the next level for less. Bring in your quality used gear to save even more by trading in and trading up, or get cash on the spot. We are buying all day, every day. Play It Again Sports, 21st and Fairlawn in the Fairlawn Plaza Mall.
Some do it because they have better things to do with their time than cleaning their home's windows inside and out, downstairs and upstairs.
Squeegee Squad, Squeegee Squad.
Some do it because they have no business being on a ladder cleaning their own windows, gutters, and solar panels.
Squeegee Squad.
Even do-it-yourselfers in Topeka, Manhattan, Lawrence, and surrounding areas are doing it. Calling Squeegee Squad in Topeka.
Let it shine all the time. Squeegee Squad, Squeegee Squad.
The Storm Track Weather Cam Network on 27 News. More cameras covering your community, giving you a live, exclusive look at weather as it rolls across northeast Kansas.
That is a view in Holton as that storm is starting to clear out.
Working for you to provide advance warning of changing conditions. The Storm Track Weather Cam Network, available live to you anytime, online, and on the 27 News mobile app. Sponsored by Prairie Bend Casino and Resort.
Manhattan Area Technical College will help you build a foundation for your college career, like transferable credits offered in your high school, earning your high school diploma through GED completion on our campus. Breakthrough to a new career. Manhattan Tech, providing higher education.
Well, welcome back into K-Nation. We have a very special guest here joining us via Zoom, Derek Johnson. He's now the voice of Baker Athletics, but worked for Rock Chalk Sports Talk for a long time, talking all things Jayhawks. Derek, thanks so much for joining us today.
Glad to be here. Sorry I had to come over Zoom.
That's all right, Derek. I'll let you explain to our viewers. It sounds like you're throwing your little one, your toddler, under the bus here for the pink eye that we had to pivot to Zoom instead of in studio.
That's right. She's young enough that I can throw her under the bus and I won't hear back about it. Turns out when you have a 4-month-old, when you have a little kid, they get everybody else sick, not just themselves. So, yeah, she ended up contracting some pink eye, and that turns out is very contagious.
Well, we appreciate you finding a way to still chat with us here tonight, Derek. Just finished up nearly a decade with KLWN in Lawrence with Rock Chalk Sports Talk. I'm sure you made a lot of great memories there, met a lot of great people. Do you have a few favorite moments or favorite things that you got to cover with that group?
Yeah, so many great ones. From getting to talk with, former members of the show, with Scott Pollard, athletes who have given great stories like Darnell Jackson. I think of just the weekly guests that I had on and made, memories with or made relationships with in a lot of really cool ways. But I don't know, the one that sticks out to me the most is every year during the Rock Chalk Roundball Classic, which we actually have coming up here in a couple weeks, getting to talk to the athletes, getting to talk to Brian Haney, the voice of the Jayhawks, getting to talk to really a lot of really cool people to get to know about a really cool event that impacts a lot of people's lives. I think those are the memories that are going to stick out with me the most.
Yeah, Derek, we've seen also that you've been keeping up with KU baseball the last couple weeks, this run in the Big 12 tournament that they had. Just talk to us a little bit about what you've seen this season from your perspective, maybe postseason hopes, post Big 12 tourney, anything like that.
It's been a great year 2 jump for Dan Fitzgerald and the KU baseball team. I mean, winning program record for Big 12 games has been unbelievable for them. And they started the season a little bit slow. I'd imagine that probably could make it easier to happen at a school like Kansas, where you're not in like one of these warm weather states and you're having to, start on the road for every game early in the season. But they have found their stride as the season has gone on. The pitching staff has been unbelievable. They've still got some young players who continue to produce on the team, and the strides they've made have made it such a cool story, especially for a program that hasn't been to the NCAA tournament in a bit of time here. And it was an unbelievable ride in the Big 12 tournament. It's one of those weird things where when you take a step back and you look at it, how good the season was and the steps that are being made forward by Dan Fitzgerald and this program, how could you not be ecstatic about where it's going? But at the same point in time, there is a little bit of bittersweet there that you feel like as you're waiting to know, are you going to make the NCAA tournament? Most places kind of look like they're kind of on the outside looking in, that there have been so many games that they've been so close that they've just tried to get over the hump. But overall, it's been an awesome story.
It absolutely has, Derek. We saw the recruiting success that Dan Fitzgerald had, so you kind of knew or at least hoped or thought that it was coming, but to see it come to fruition this year is certainly exciting. We're going to be patiently waiting for that Monday selection. And most of what we're seeing, you mentioned it, doesn't have them in there right now. But you never know until the names are all announced. So we're gonna wait. You want to give us a percentage, Derek? What do you think? What do you think we're at? Did they get in?
Yeah, some of the metrics, don't love them. If they go more off KPI, which is one of the things they're going to be using more this year, adding to the selection process, then that helps them a little bit. I think they're good enough to make it. I think they're one of the best 64 teams. RPI is a little bit low, so I'll say they have maybe about a 25% chance of it.
Yeah, and what we won't do is get started on the whole RPI discussion.
We don't need to. The committee is going to come for us. We don't need to do that.
We would be here all day. Well, Derek, we certainly appreciate you joining us. What the viewers don't know is that besides having to pivot to the Zoom interview instead of at studio, we also had a whole bunch of technical difficulties that wasn't cooperating, but Derek found a way to get on the program tonight. So thank you, man.
Yep, absolutely. Have a great rest of your day, guys.
All right, and you folks at home, stick with us because more K-Nation comes your way right after the break.
Is that me?
No, it's me, your fireplace. Creosote buildup in my flue can not only be smelly, but it can also be dangerous and cause damage.
Now's the time to have your chimney inspected and cleaned. Call Certified Fireplace and Chimney today.
Meet new All Sensitive Fresh. It's a game changer for me and my family.
Now All has a detergent that's gentle on skin and leaves our laundry smelling greasy.
All Sensitive Fresh, with a hypoallergenic scent my family loves.
Hi, Clay Sherwood here with Frank and Dean, the CEOs of Cute.
And they want to make sure you're keeping your pool clear this summer with Aquasil, a truly chlorine-free solution. Let swims and sweeps keep you cool this summer.
Local business is essential to the success of our community, and Manhattan's best are open for business, supporting our neighbors, our community, and investing in the future. Shop local and remember Manhattan's best like K-Scrubs, Mr. K's, and Manhattan Appliance.
Have a cute kid? Sign up today at KSNT.com and we may feature them in the news. Watch 27 News weekday mornings to see if we feature your kid. Cute Kid of the Day is sponsored by Bonkers and Sunset Zoo.
I got hurt in a car wreck. Do Mike and his team really get all those clients all that money?
You bet we do. Check out some of these great results we've won for our clients. We got a client who injured their knee in a car wreck, $135,000. Another client of ours suffered a bad head injury, and we got them $300,000.
That's what I'm talking about. Mike's definitely got this.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Call 785-444-4444.
What are you guys most excited for this summer?
Playing golf at the beaches.
When your chimney decides to join the dinner party uninvited, call Certified Fireplace and Chimney. We're the experts in chimney repairs and replacements. Don't wait for a brick to crash your next gathering. Call now.
Hey, Caroline and I are not betting experts. In fact, we're not really experts in anything, but if you consider yourself an expert and want to bet on Big 12 football, you can do so now.
Yes, you can. Here's what we've got for the Big 12 football outright winner. The Kings have Utah as the favorite, but K-State has the second best odds at plus 360. You bet 10, you win 36. And KU has the third best odds at plus 700. You bet 10, you win 70.
The books don't lie. Talk about progress for KU football. If you would have told Jayhawk fans a few seasons ago they would have the third best odds, I think they would have been like, yeah, and pigs are going to fly too.
I know. Hey, call it the Lance Leipold effect.
That's right. Thanks for watching K-Nation. Join us next Sunday. Join us every Sunday.
Have a great night.
Kansas State family, we love y'all, we appreciate y'all, and we can't do nothing we do without y'all.
There's no question in my mind that we're a regional team, and certainly one of the top 64.
You don't panic, you beat people. Win on 3, 1, 2, 3.